For the past 3 episodes, we talked about this shit. I've stood on what I've said. I was worried about it a month ago. Y'all know this. Everybody knows this that listens to the show. I was worried about it. I thought that I was like, this could be really good or really bad. And then last episode, I said, we are veering into really bad, really bad territory. And then 3 days afterwards, I was fucking right. The shit went completely off the fucking road. And Friday, what day was it? Friday, May the 3rd? Was it the 3rd of May? I said at midnight in our chat, I said, I am fucking done with this shit. I'm done. I can't do this shit no more. So I'm going to be real with y'all. Unpopular opinion. I know nobody wants to hear this. I'm not calling a winner for nobody. I don't think anybody won. I think we all fucking lost.
You want your Questlove?
I think we all fucking lost. I really do think we lost.
You want your rap
because you know what? Here's my thing. Let me finish. As somebody who braved who flew the Jay-Z flag in 2001, 2002, 2003, who fought the wars on the forums, who fought all those wars. I've been through this. I've seen this before. This was not like this was in those days. And I'm standing on this and saying it right now. Like, I don't say that, like, I think that when I say everyone lost, there's only one real group of people that won, and that's all the people that are making money and content off of this shit. Like, I think those are the people that are winning. The podcasters, the streamers who are getting a fat fucking Twitch check, a fat Rumble kick, whatever the fuck check they're getting this month. They won this shit. But when I define a rap battle, I look at it as like, who the fuck is the best rapper out of both of these? And I don't think this battle conclusively showed me who is the best rapper. I think it's who slings the best mud, which is cool if that's what you into. And I'm not gonna knock anybody. I'm not knocking anybody for thinking that is where it should go. But I know that in some of the best rap battles that we had, it was like, all right, he out-rapped this nigga. He out-rapped this guy. He was the best rapper. I think both of these, like, the one thing that I noticed in this battle is that neither of them win it their skill on the mic. Was that interesting to anybody that none of them said, you ain't better than me at rapping? Neither of them said that. It was all about
go ahead. Sorry.
Like, I looked at it as like, oh, so this isn't really about skill no more. This is really just because also think about it again. They're 10, 15 years in the game. They're 10, 15 years in the game. There's everyone who's made their mind up, just like this battle, they made their mind up a month ago about who they were going to say was going to win. Josh, you said it yourself. People have already made their minds up about this shit.
Well, I think this was the most polarizing rap battle of ever. This is of all time. This is it. This is the one. But I think the reason why it's so polarizing is because of a few things. The biggest thing being we live in this social media era. Before, you didn't really have social media and where the lines were so divided. That's why, like, I think early on I compared this to the Trump and Biden election.
You were right.
Because you have two sides who are like, yo, I'm a Democrat and you can't tell me different. I'm a Republican. You can't tell me different. And that's just literally what this battle was. So there was never going to be. I take that back. Not that there was ever going to be a definitive winner. It's going to be hard to call a definitive winner. And you're always going to have people who are going to be like, no, that's not true. Mm-hmm. But I think in this battle, we have a definitive winner. We have, like, we going off the things that people care about nowadays. This social media era, this post 50 Cent era, they care about the charts. They care about Billboard. They care about streams. And Kendrick won in those categories. The categories that Drake championed and built his career off of owning. You know, he built his Michael Jackson moniker off of having the most number ones. And Kendrick came and crushed that and crushed him at his own game.
He killed the boogeyman.
But another reason why, here we go.
Did he?
Look at niggas making faces and shit. No,
did he?
Why can't we have fun? This is what
it's not about having fun. We talking about the battle.
Hold on, Mar. Hold on. I'm gonna give you your part. My thing is this. I am not denying. I'm not denying the win. I'm not denying the win. I'm saying in my opinion, I didn't enjoy this. I didn't enjoy this at all. I did not enjoy this as and for the same reasons that I said 2 weeks ago. I was like, this is a cautionary tale. Don't go further than this race shit. Don't go further than this because I'm gonna be out. You got people's kids. Allegations of all types of stuff going on, and it's like ultimately at the end of the day, you're right. Like no one's gonna have a hard line on what it is because let's be real, nobody wants to hear that their favorite artist is involved in anything like that. And that goes on both ends. And I think both ends are continuing to do a whole fucking lot. Like it's still going on to this day. And I think what got me was like when Super Ugly dropped, right? That was like an extinction level event. That was like, man, that's crazy. Like that's out of control. And then they got walked back. Now imagine, if you will, thinking that there was a line to this shit where that line gets crossed 3 times in 48 hours. 4 times in 48 hours between these two guys, like back and forth. Every time you wake up or every time you fucking go do something to come back home, there's another thing is dropped that it's just like, this is even nastier than the first one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that there's an element of where, like, at some point, yo, the rhymes didn't matter no more. The raps didn't matter no more. I think that there was 2 songs that came out of this 2 weeks ago that I was like, this is the best these two have ever rapped. I wish that they would have kept it to just being an MC and kept it at that point. But whatever sparked it at that point, and that's where it was. So if it was a battle where Kendrick won, but at what cost did he win? Like, yes, he did. Because I think in a large part of it, Drake beat himself. He overthought this shit 10, 15 times in a way that he shouldn't have. But I also feel as though, like, if you want to poke holes at the win, there's a way. If you want to say Drake won, you could poke holes in that win all day too. Why was he giving people allegedly fake information? That's dumb as hell. Why would Kendrick rap about fake information? What is the truth? Where is the evidence? That's just it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, I thought it was going to be about 2 of the best rappers in the world claiming that they was best friends. This started as the big 3, y'all. This started as we the big 3. That's where it started. Fuck the big 3. It's just big me. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna find out who the best rapper is. Time for you to prove that you're a problem. That's what he said. Mm-hmm. But when it comes down to the raps, it is the most like what can I say wilder than the last person? I'm gonna say that your child is your manager's child, really, and you're really a cuck. I'm gonna say that you got fake abs and you pop pills and you fuck hookers. What is that? Like, what? Come on, man. Like, the battle started being not judged on skills, but on morals. And I think that's where we're losing it. That's where we lost the fucking plot. And that's why I couldn't fuck with it. 2
things there. I think since the beginning of the battle, there's always been mudslinging. Beanie Siegel and Jadakiss, mudslinging. You a bitch, you not a bitch, I'm gonna kill you. It's always been this level of, I hear you, like, it's a skills competition, but it's also it's disrespect track. That's what it is. Like,
Josh, it ain't never been like this. You know, it's not like you comparing apples to oranges. At this point, it is apples to oranges. That mudslinging, you a bitch, I would take you a bitch 10 times over the shit that then you beat your wife. I mean, I'll take that 10 times over you beat your wife.
My thing is, it's crazy, but it's just like, that's the day and age we're in. That's we're desensitized. We see people die on the internet. We've taken it the further this can go as far as content and things people could talk about. We're at that point. Like Super Ugly, if Super Ugly came out today, it would be the tamest part of a battle. I love condoms on your baby seat. That's tame as fuck.
Compared to this one, yeah. Compared to this one.
But I'm just saying in general, not even just shit talking that rappers do nowadays is tame. Left condoms on your baby seat is tame compared to fucking niggas rap about fucking niggas bitches every other song.
Yeah.
We love that shit.
I don't think that I was. Listen, call me soft. You know what I'm saying? Call it what. I don't think I was as desensitized as I thought I was to like something like that. But I also think that I wanted to see some type of battle. Like, I think at the end of it, I think Jay had realized that he took it to a place that he shouldn't have took it to in 2001. Right? He took it to a place he shouldn't have took it to. But I think when you go back and listen to those, Jay's getting called gay. He's getting called dick sucking lips, all types of shit. Like that was at that point.
A bigger diss in 01 than it is in 24.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. It was over the line, and then Jay went over that line again. But my issue is, Josh, is that they went over the line and they kept going over the line, and and you know what happened? The line, they just wiped over that shit and just said, at this point we just got to win. We just got to just do the bet. And the thing that won everything out was the line crossing that everybody could dance to. And that's what essentially like was like, okay, that ends the beef right there. That ends the beef right now because he made the hit. I think that the chart shit is funny to me that you bring that up, Josh, because I don't like the idea that people are looking at Kendrick as if he just came out yesterday. He is not like a spring chicken. He's been on the charts before. He might not have the chart success that Drake has had, but that's just the way that the audiences break down. And I've said this before, like I've said this on the show. I said I think that these two just have so much different audiences. And I think what I learned about this is that to a certain extent, because Drake has never really taken himself too seriously, that is why people are attaching themselves to this meme so vehemently, because Drake doesn't take himself seriously. So when it is a serious act, a serious allegation, they're going to dance with it because they're like, well, Drake's probably laughing at this shit too, because he's never shown us anything different.
Nah, I think it's a little bit of, I think you're right to a certain degree. It's who made him dance. I believe that. Who's going to make the dance track? And you thought it would be Drake because it's like you coming off the Meek Mill shit with back to back and that being a club record. And he just couldn't deliver that. He didn't deliver that.
He chose not to.
I chose not to. Beat himself, whatever you want to call it. He lost. My thing with this is, and like, I think beyond just like the mudslinging of it all, I think what really won Kendrick the battle is him, quote unquote, standing up for the culture. I think it's a conversation that we have not had about Drake ever in his career. And it's a conversation that can be had for him. He's from Canada. He's half Jewish. He makes R&B music and rap hybrid music. And like, it's always kind of been a thing. But I think Kendrick just opened up that door and it allowed people to rally behind, hey, he's not of the culture. And I think that's what won him the battle. I think when he said it early on, and I think he might have said it in Euphoria, like, this is for the culture or something like that. And I was like, oh.
We talked about that. You said it last episode. That was the angle. And for Drake, the frustrating part was that he pushed back on that angle not enough. He pushes back on it on Family Matters. He pushes back on it, but like not enough. It was like, okay, like he touched on the race shit a lot more than he really does the cultural part. And I think that these are answers that he should invariably probably answer to or probably talk about, and I'm sure that we'll see that in the coming months or whatever, whenever he drops new music. I feel you on that. I think that when it comes to the culture side, it's like that's another hole you can poke into the argument. I think that like I think that neither argument for neither artist was perfect. Neither one was perfect. That's why that's why it's inconclusive to me, especially on the lyrical side. I think both of these motherfuckers was going crazy lyrically. Tailor Made, Euphoria, Family Matters, so long 6-7 minute disses, just going back to back to back. The fact that these two people put these songs together, well, we're not really sure when Kendrick put these songs together or Drake, but like they were dropping them at such a clip that we had never seen them drop these songs like this before. There's no question to me after this, these are the best two rappers that we have. I think that when it comes down to that, to the battle and how the strategy of it, because that's what it was strategy. That's what won the battle. It wasn't going to be about the raps, and I think that's where I got confused. I was just like, oh, this was never going to be about that. But I also feel like, and we said this and we touched on this before, people they've already made their minds up. Let's just be real. Like, there was no public perception that I saw that ever had Drake winning this battle. So it was really just a foregone conclusion that he was going to disappoint. There's nothing that people can say about whatever he did that was going to be like, was anyone ever going to give him a fair shot?
I disagree. I think he had a fair shot from the jump. He kind of poked from the jump because it was like, oh, Kendrick taking forever. I'm about to drop this tailor-made AI thing, and I'm going to talk about the Pac shit because I know that's the angle you're going to take. Drake was the favorite coming into this. Eyes.
To you?
I think to me, and just to the field, it's like, this is a guy who's battle tested. This is going against someone who's never battled. This is someone who's coming off of doing what Kendrick did to win the battle. So it's like, I think Drake was absolutely the favorite, and he shit the bed. And it's funny that, like, I feel like people are hesitant to admit that, or hesitant to admit that he's the most dominant person. He's Thanos. We all say it. Like, that was the meme that people were running around with, and he met his match, and now people are like, oh, like, I never thought he had a chance. It's like, huh? Like, we definitely thought he had a chance. This is what he does.
I'd say it's a small percentage compared to
like Josh. There was definitely people saying Kendrick didn't have to respond. Like there were people who
that he was up in the beef on that.
A small percentage. Honestly, that's another thing too about this like New York media and just the vacuum that we're all in. Whatever side your mind was kind of at, that's what you were seeing.
It was West Coast niggas saying that shit too.
Yeah,
I believe it. I believe it was all over. I'm saying whatever side you're on and you want to train your mind to see and feel, you can say you felt. Because you could say, I could easily be like, yo, there's people who believe Drake won. And there's people who believe Drake doesn't have to, like, there's people who believe that Drake's last song wasn't waving the white flag. Like, there's so many different narratives that have come out of this battle, and you could believe anyone depending on what you see out in the space and on Twitter.
I haven't even heard.
I don't think that's mind training. I think we could just open up Instagram and look at a video of somebody saying, "Hey, Like That is the number one record in the country, and it's been number one for 3 weeks. There's no response needed." And he's actually up on the battle because Drake is spiraling. Those are things that actually happen.
I'm sorry. Could you see something that says something different to that, as exact opposite of that, if you open up your phone?
If I were to see somebody to say Kendrick is spiraling, push-ups is doing well, so he doesn't need to respond. No, I don't think I've seen that.
I haven't seen that either.
I literally have group chats with people who were like, Kendrick spiraling. Why would he drop Not Like Us? People saying Not Like Us is whack. Like that's what I'm saying. It's both sides of it. This is very much Trump Biden. If whatever you want to see, you can see.
I do think fandom
played a part.
Interesting.
Fandom played a huge part in this. I don't think we've actually touched on fandom enough, because I think that perception also matters here. I think that there are a lot of like disruptors who definitely use this as kind of like, I saw a lot of shit that was just not within the culture that really didn't sit right with me, just mentioning and talking about this shit. I don't want to get
too many guests. So I said last episode.
I think there was a lot, and I think that got louder. And I think that what also bothered me is that, again, like I said, there were so many pundits that like I kind of lost respect for in this, because they are trying to input themselves and get themselves over in this situation, whereas as fans, we should just wait to see what's next. And I think that we have too much access, we have too much time to have conversation with people, online. But like I was just like, I don't want to see everybody's thoughts no more. I like took a social media break over that.
I've been saying that way before this battle. Like, I said on this show,
it was fucking worse. I think it was the most miserable. Like I'm being real. It was the most miserable thing to be a part of. I don't see how anyone thought any part of this discourse was or is fun. I think I sat on what I said or what I thought about it, and then I continued on with it. And it's like the most conversation I have about this shit is with you motherfuckers in Discord. But other than that, I don't talk about this shit at all, because it's not fun to talk about. I don't talk about it. Like, it's not fun to talk about, but yet and still I can still open up something and there's a deeper plot. I got hotel footage and all types of shit. It's like, this is reaching Pizzagate fucking era right here. Like, this is like it's the truth. Like I was telling Wale, like, this is our 2016 moment. This is our 2016. We didn't have that before. We have it now, where it's like no one is going to budge from who's saying who won or who, like, and the loser, his fans are still going to say he won or he didn't lose or it's not over. This is channeling the same type of hysteria that we saw and we still see today. And I think that's what's disturbing to me, because now for the first time, it's in a culture that I believe in and that I love. And I think that's what's disturbing me the most, to be honest with y'all.
That's fair.
Well, that's fair. I was going to say the positive thing is there is no, January 6th to do in rap. I don't think there's going to be OVO fans trying to take.
They're trying to make it happen at Drake House right now every day with his
the embassy.
They're trying to make it happen right now. They're trying to make it pop. That's why I'm saying, like, I see it on both ends. I'm not gonna be mad at anyone that says that there's a winner. I don't think there was, but if you think there was a winner, it's the same as Jay and Nas. I had to as a Jay fucking fan. Down the line, I said, you know what, Nas probably won that. You know what I'm saying? I had to do it down the line.
Maybe you have a down the line moment. Yeah, maybe that.
I won't have it down the line. I'll be dead. I won't have it down the line. I'm not gonna.
What? This maybe you'll be out of here, Not Like Us.
I will never, ever I will not interact. I have not interacted with these songs, Josh. You know this. I have not interacted with these songs at all since they've come out. I don't care to listen to them. I don't want to hear them no more. Like I think, huh?
Don't choose to not dance and not like us. You're not black if you don't dance and not like us.
Who said that?
Twitter telling me. That's what Twitter telling me.
Twitter said, "Fuck Twitter."
That's what I'm saying. Like, look at what Mark. Look what Mark's Twitter is telling him. That's like what people are like, yo. They're saying that the Russians are not the Russians, but they saying that whatever Biden fucking conspiracies is going on. Like I said before, whatever way you want to slant, that's what you're gonna see, and you're gonna see the opposite of. And it's like, I really, and this is for Mark in particular, I really feel like,
let me get close to the camera here for this one.
Yeah, I just feel like you had a winner when you came into this battle. Or when they came
by all means, yes, I can admit that. I don't think there's anything wrong with anybody choosing a winner. If there's a boxing match, you choose a winner. It doesn't mean you're a dick rider. It doesn't mean you're a glazer. Right. You just pick a winner.
It's a boxing match because this is great. This is Devin Haney. Mm-hmm. People had Devin Haney when they came into the match. He lost, and now people are saying, "No, he's on steroids. He's overweight." Excuses. It's like, nigga, no, he lost. Oh, steroids, overweight, none of that shit matters. The punch is connected.
But that's the tricky thing. That's the tricky thing with Fandom. The tricky thing with Fandom is online. You could choose a winner by all means. Great. I had a really good conversation with them the past week on the purpose of being subjective and objectivity. And do you really need that in every single conversation that you have, especially in music? Like, do you need that? Like, if you're a friend of anybody involved in this battle, can you not provide your opinion? Or do you have to say, just so y'all know, I'm a friend of X, Y, and Z, so I'm not going to be subjective in this conversation? Does it help? Probably. Do I think you need objectivity in every single combo? Not necessarily. But I think there are a good amount of people who chose one way or the other. I still think online it was a much heavier choice.
It was Kendrick, but no, be real. It was Kendrick slander online.
Yeah,
it was Kendrick slander.
A much heavier choice of Kendrick over Drake. Although there were people
but Josh, just because you didn't see it, there's two people right here that saw it.
I know, but y'all didn't see the other side.
Josh, to this day, and I'm going along with it because I'm sure that there is a sentiment out there. I have not seen anyone say Drake won this, so I'm not going to say that I saw that. I don't see anyone say that. The common, and I want to get to this too. The common conception is right now, it's either nobody won, this was really not fun to experience, Kendrick won, but at what cost, and even. Like that's the only thing. I've never seen Drake won in any way, shape, or form.
Drake won right now on Twitter, you would see it.
What's wrong with my algorithm then? What's wrong? Why do I not see niggas saying this shit was whack?
I don't the algorithm that you're a part of. That's fine. That's just what it is. I just know that it's a sentiment out there.
I'm sorry, Josh, but my point on Fandom is that I think that there are multiple sides that can talk about each side of the battle. Obviously, one side gets to exist and reside in this lane of online conversation because for the most part, we're all in one big rap circle. For the most part, everybody can comment on everything. One side gets to exist as the arbiters of hip hop, and this is celebrating in the streets. This is bottles popping, while the other could have a small opinion on anything that could involve the other side. And it's dick riding, it's glazing, it's payroll. I've seen people tell Gilly the Kid and Cameron Giles, how they should talk about rap beef. Random accounts. Jenny from Wisconsin. I mean, Greg from Montana is telling Cameron Giles how to talk about rap beef.
And on the flip side of that, you have someone like Joe Budden who said that he believes that Kendrick's won. And you see people saying, what the fuck does he know? You've seen both sides of it. So it's like, that's my thing. I'm here to just be like, yo, it's on both sides. And that's my thing. Like that. And that's why even like me, like, come on. Y'all know I listen to more Drake than Kendrick Lamar. Like let's keep it fucking real.
This is why I have to apologize to the audience. I'm not buying this Drake over Kendrick Lamar thing from you because people for the past month on the Black Print have seen Joshton. We in Discord see Josh
Yeah, but
And this is not Josh in Discord.
this is my thing. You guys know. I don't listen. I fuck with Kendrick. Shout out to Kendrick. He won the battle. But I'm not a Kendrick
Is he gonna?
fan.
Are you getting paid every time you say that?
today.
Are you getting paid every
Call
time you
him
say
what
that?
you were calling him today.
Where did I get the nickname from?
Exactly.
Tell me. Exactly. Where did I get the nickname from? I got it from you. Y'all bringing up the term. It's a new term. Oh, I called him President Lamar.
Do you not think that it's wild that a person can exist in hip hop for 15 years, have a crown, a proverbial crown?
He does.
In rap.
He really does.
Since Control happened.
Josh, stop acting like there's no fucking Kendrick Lamar fucking slant in music.
Thank you.
Are you serious?
Do you not?
You know the best line? Hold on. You know the best line out this whole shit was when Drake said, Kendrick just opened his mouth. Somebody give him a Grammy right now. That is the truest shit anyone has ever. If that's the angle that he had taken, I think we have a different conversation today. But he chose fucking not to. He chose not to.
Here's my thing. Is Kendrick not worthy of the Grammys he's won in his career?
I'm gonna be real. I've been subjected to way more of his music in the past fucking week, 2 weeks, month than I ever wanted to in my life. So
That's
like
cool.
I'm not gonna say that. I can't say that because the thing is, I can appreciate him as an artist and what he brings to the game. I'm never gonna take that shit away from him. I'm never gonna take the Pulitzer away or the Grammys or anything like that. But that statement is not to show that he's not great because neither of these guys said that they weren't great. Kendrick said that he listened to Drake's song. We're both goats. You know what I'm saying? He even said J. Cole was one of the GOATs. He's never backed down from that, and I think neither is Drake. But the issue is right now,
you're not allowed to critique.
You're not allowed to critique him about anything.
You're a dick rider. You're a glazer. You're
it also goes back to what I said earlier, and I didn't get to finish my thought on this. Is that Drake fans are more willing to hear out an anti-Drake argument because of how unserious Drake takes himself. And I think that's his detriment is that he does not take himself serious. So they're willing to be like, oh yeah, if somebody comes along and I'll dance to the shit. But when Drake comes back out, they'll probably just go back to whatever the fuck he was doing. Kendrick fans do not do that. They take this motherfucker deadly serious. Everything that he says is that everything Kendrick says, people take word as bond. No one's questioning about any type of fucking truth to anything because of the way he has carried himself. I'm not going to let you sit here, Josh, and act like there is no Kendrick slant. You live in LA, you know there is one.
No, there's a slant, but it's a slant because he is one of the GOATs. Just like there's a Cole slant. We haven't even touched on that.
We saw the Cole slant. The Cole slant is as wishy-washy as a fucking door.
I'm just saying, it's like that's what I'm saying. It's a Cole slant. They all have their slants. And that's my thing. Like they all have their pockets of the internet, people who believe in them. I remember when Cole dropped his diss song, people were saying this is the best diss song since Hit 'Em Up. Cole took it off streaming because he knew that shit wasn't even like that. So it's like everybody has their own slant, and I just don't want to sit here and act like Kendrick is isolated in that. And I also don't want to act like Kendrick isn't worthy of the accolades that he has.
He is a critical darling in a way that Drake isn't. So that is why people are more willing to go along with it. Kendrick drops an album. He is probably inevitably dropping an album this year because of what's going on. When he drops an album, we don't even gotta question it. Rap Grammy of the year. It's already happening because of all of this now. But I think that it is very interesting and hilarious that everyone has tagged him with the underdog tag, and I'm like, he has been around longer than almost every single rapper that we have ever listened to in our life. Him and Drake. I'm just being real. I'm being real.
Do you not think that that's nuts?
I think that the underdog tag for him is crazy.
In the battle, he is the underdog in this battle.
No, he's not.
No, he is.
He was never the underdog to me. He was never the underdog to me. He was never the underdog to me.
Y'all thought coming into this battle that Kendrick was going to win.
I thought there was a shot that either of them could win.
That were picking Drake.
Hold on, Mark. You know me. I was not Drake about to win. I was calling it on both sides. I said this shit was whack. This shit was whack. I think that it's whack that he's
coming into it. Did you think that Kendrick was going to beat Drake at a battle?
I think that there was a lot of things that would have caused Drake to lose. And I said that from the beginning. I said you were going against someone who has a support system, the cultures, if you will, behind him. There's no way that you could beat this. Because I said that I said this, you can look it up in Discord. I said it. I didn't say it on the show, but I said in Discord, I said, I do think it's crazy that people are underestimating Drake because he has been in a battle and Kendrick hasn't. But that doesn't mean that Drake can't get punched in the mouth because he's lost before.
Yep.
We've seen him lose before. So it was never out of the realm of possibility. I didn't know it was going to be this. I will say that. It was never out of the realm. But I'm seeing people say he did it. But I'm like, Kendrick was always the boogeyman. Drake calls it out on Taylor Made. You're the boogeyman. I want to see the boogeyman. He saw him, right? Now it's Drake is the boogeyman. He's the real evil. And I'm like, for what? For fucking escorts and shit? Like
that's my favorite part of this battle is that Kendrick's diss is just about being a freak.
Bro, like, I'm like, huh?
I can't be freaky no more.
but it's the same people that talk about eating ass on Twitter. But that's why I'm like, there's a level of like blavidiness to it also that is nasty because it's like I never want to see them people take points off of other people doing what they got to do to have a good time or do whatever they want to do. Like, I don't like the condescending shit. You know me, I'm all about love who you want to love, do what you want to do. So that part to me was kind of like lame. So like when I look at that beef, I don't look at it as like that's not no fly shit that you say. But then again, Drake said a lot of shit that's just not fly shit either. So
that's what I'm saying. Exactly. Very much schoolyard.
Yeah, like I'm not feeling either of them at the end of this. I will concede to say he won if that's what it is. I definitely don't think Drake won. I definitely don't think Kendrick won either. Because at the end of the day, this was not a battle that I will be going back to. It is a battle to me that was won on the internet. It was not won on the songs. It was not won on the skills. And that's what I thought it was going to be about.